is an unfortunate feature, Matt, of this 3-5-2 system that Colonel Boy's playing. If you are up against two very pacey strikers that can take advantage of the space behind them, it could cause you problems. Kantav's now done it twice, and she'll be looking, hopefully that'll be third time lucky when she gets a chance to stretch her legs and get one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
There's a couple of players out here with a lot of speed. She's certainly one of them. Game changers with their speed. We already saw Hansen down the right side for Colonel By. And she's in the mix there, but it's Christy McGregor-Bales looking for Cantavi. This is Dugas. Nice work done by Boomer. Justine Boomer, wearing number 15, has come in as a substitution. Nice footwork by Joanna Blodgett. She leaves it for Airturk through the right side, looking for Draper. But the Rebels back defensively.
That was nice little midfield play there, number 11. Lovely little move, back heeler to get away from the defender. And then Airturk, unfortunately, tried to play a little pass between the defenders. Just wasn't able to get it completed. But it's good. I mean, Colonel Bias came out here, they're giving it a whirl. I mean, irrespective of what the score was during the course of any of the playoff games, 7-0 means nothing if you come out here and you can't win the match, Matt. So Colonel Bay, after 25-30 minutes, I think they've done extremely well. They've kept Louis-Riel at bay with a lot of opportunities coming from the outside. Goalkeeper's made one or two big stops when she's had to, and we're at 1-1 here.
And Gordon, you want to create the seed of doubt if you're Colonel Bay as well. Because as great as Louis-Riel has played all season long, their only loss when it comes to Colonel Bay, after playing in so many blowout games all year long, here they are in a close game again.
Well, that's it, you know, like you've been thinking about this all season long. The only team you've lost to, the only team you've lost to, the only team you've lost to. Oh my goodness, we have to play them in the final. So you all of a sudden have to, as you said, psychologically, are there issues there where quite possibly you're not as confident going into this type of final as you maybe should have been if it was against a team that you beat 4 or 5-0 during the regular season.
Absolutely. So here we are tied at 1.
I've got to be honest with you. I mean, after this 25 minutes, I mean, Coach Lacasse has to be extremely pleased with the way his team's performed. Very, very pleased that they're holding him at 1-1, and they've created one or two opportunities on their own, and they're asking questions of Louis-Riel.
And Louis-Riel is going to have to start answering them.
Well, that's it. I mean, you know, it's settled into a pattern now that, as you mentioned, the first 10 minutes of the game was mostly played inside the attacking third for Louis-Riel. Yep. Now the game's it's been pushed up a little bit more into midfield. More of the ball's been won in midfield by Colonel Bay, and they can transition into attack a lot easier. Instead of going 75, 80 yards when they have the ball, now they're only going 40, 50 to get to the attacking third.
Thrown in by the Rebs as they try to get on the attack. And this is English. Up for Amy Savage, but a turnover there, and here come the Cougars once again. But Savage gets back defensively. She loses the ball. Dragon with it. Up for Brooke Hansen. There's the speed coming down the right side, but Robert comes out of her goal to play it. Nice play to get things under control by Rachel Dragon. Trying to muscle off the ball. English doing a great job in there. This is Childers.
Yeah, Rachel Dragon there, 21 in centre midfield here for Colonel Bay. She's having a nice little game herself. The last 10 minutes, she's really come into the game. She's winning possession. She's trying to spring forwards into the play, bring her teammates into the play. And she's having a really nice game there, central midfield. A nice little tussle there in midfield with her Louis-Riel counterpart.
This is McGuire. Dugas on the left side. The cross. That was a nice one. Beanlands came out, but it was far enough away from her that Colonel Bay had to be sharp there defensively, and their defenders do the job.
Yeah, it was a good ball, played in that danger area between the back four and the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper couldn't come for it. The defender let it run. And fortunately for Colonel Bay, there was nobody at the back post waiting to stick it in the back of the open net for surely what would have been 2-1, Matt.
So an opportunity for Louis-Riel, not capitalized upon. And Colonel Bay would just love to go into the half with this game squared at one.
I tell you what, the way things are going, he'd love it to finish like this after 120 minutes and take his shot, take his chance for penalty kicks. If you'd have said to him, do you want to go to penalty kicks right now, I'm sure he would have bit your hand off.
Absolutely.
But his squad's doing well. He's made a couple of substitutions, keep the girls fresh, get them on for 15 minutes, get them off again, keep them going at this Louis-Riel team and keep it at bay 1-1. Oh, there's a mistake.
This is Dugas. Makes a great play, great footwork.
Yeah, but poor decision, very poor decision. When the opportunity dropped to her, the defender had lost where she was. She had a clear cut on goal. She obviously wanted to cut back into her favoured right foot, Matt, for a shot. She had put her head down and maybe had a shot with her left foot. There is not a defender between her and the goalkeeper.
And that was set up by Amy Savage with a great pass across the field.
It was a nice ball.
Now right in front of us here. Ertur keeps it in.
Very good closing down there by Ertur. That's what Coach Forney wants to see. He wants to see his defending from the front, the two strikers working very, very hard, trying to close defenders down, not allowing them an opportunity to launch the ball up the field, Matt.
And some great closing speed on Cantave.
Definitely.
Goes out once again. Colonel By slowly but surely getting possession of the ball a little further into the Louis-Riel zone. Nice play along the sideline there by Blodgett. Almost like a rugby match. Slowly getting possession deeper and deeper. Methodically. Battle there, Hansen. With a slight push to Christy McGregor-Bales.
Yeah, just, I mean, if Coach Lacasse was drawing up a game plan all week, this would have been exactly what he wanted. Slow the game down. Try to play it at their pace. Do not allow Louis-Riel the opportunity to get the ball to feet. Quick passing, work around. And it's working to a T for him exactly as he probably drew it up, Matt.
And here they've earned possession deep in the Louis-Riel zone in their end of the field. And that's going to be out of bounds. And Louis-Riel will make the throw in this time.
Well, we said at the start of the game that the first goal was going to be crucial. The first goal went to Louis-Riel very early. It was asking questions of Colonel By. They've answered those questions, Matt. They've come back right into the game extremely well. They've battled hard. They've battled back to get the goal. And now we're finally balanced again at 1-1. Possibly looking as if it might stay like this going into the second half. And who knows what the second half has in store for us.
So Natasha Lacroix chases down this ball that has gone close to the road. And there she is, throwing it in. Childers couldn't find the zone. And a great play, slide tackle. Childers has come up with a limp here.
Yeah, she looks like she may have got I don't know if she got that possibly on the knee or maybe twisted an ankle, but she does look as if she's favouring her right leg a little bit there.
And they can't afford any miscues defensively as Amy Savage comes down. This is going to be Victoria Smith chasing, but you can't track it down before it goes out.
But there we see exactly what Louis-Riel have to do. Ball played, short ball played into the striker's feet. Cantave there brought it under control nicely. She obviously tried to play a diagonal ball for possibly a winger coming in on the far side. The winger unfortunately didn't read it, and it went out of bounds for a throw into Colonel By. But nice play by Cantave. She got it under control well. Lovely little swing, turn, diagonal ball play, but just unfortunately for them, there was nobody there. But they need to do more of that. They need to get ball to feet, ball to feet, ball to feet. If they can't do that, then it's got to be played over the defenders into the space. One or the other. You can't have anything in between because the sweeper for Colonel By is just sitting back there, picking everything off.
And the whistle goes, and there's the half. So after one half of play, Louis-Riel and Colonel By tied at 1, playing for the Senior Girls Soccer Championship. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half right after this. You're watching Game Day here on Rogers TV. Louis-Riel, Colonel By, all tied at 1.
The cellular communications for this production are provided by Rogers Wireless, with the largest digital coverage in Canada. To fulfill all your wireless needs, check out Rogers.com. Imagine a better wireless world.
Welcome back. Should be a great second half. Louis-Riel, Colonel By tied at 1 at the half, and Colonel By in green will start with the ball here in the second half. Gordon Smith, what do you think?
I think if we get more of the same as we had in the first half, it would be a great second half. I mean, both teams obviously came out, trying to stick to their game plan, which Colonel By's was upset in the first 10 minutes when Louis-Riel scored so early, but they did battle back extremely well. And of the two right now, I'd have to say Coach Lacasse is the more happier of the two teams, the two coaches, as far as how the first half went. Coach Fournier's probably had a good talking to his players and said, we've got to start playing the way we know we can play, and don't let Colonel By frustrate them during the next 45 minutes, as he did the first half.
And along the right side, once again, that's the area where they attacked. You pointed out early, Gordon, they attacked early on, the Cougars did. Yeah,
and it looks though as if the number 17 that was up there has come off, and they pushed the number 18 now that was playing actually at right back, I believe, now up to right wing. So that's a bit of a strategic change there that obviously Coach Lacasse is comfortable with. It might be something we'll have to keep an eye on, possibly number 17 coming back into the game later on.
And that's Brooke Hansen. You were talking early on that in the first half that this Colonel By team has made a lot of substitutions.
Yeah.
So
maybe just want to be given her 10-15 minutes on the bench for the first half, and then for the second half, and then get her back on there to hopefully run rampant against. That's a terrific ball, fantastic ball again.
And that was Melissa Erturk once again. We've said her name a lot in this game.
Yeah, you know what?
First half.
She had a terrific first half, and she looked like she's starting the second half off exactly the way she finished the first half.
Muscled off the ball there. Good job defensively by Miriam English once again, and Christy McGregor-Bales goes to get it. Nice pursuit there, though. Childers is there.
Yeah, and Childers again is pulled up. We mentioned that in the first half, right in front of his match. She went in for a tackle. She did make it. And Coach Lacasse, I don't think, has realised that she is struggling a little bit. She may have to come off very shortly, because she was struggling in the first half when she made that tackle, and she just pulled up again after crossing that ball in, Matt. So she may be a candidate for coming off in the next 5-10 minutes, simply because she seems to be carrying a bit of an injury, unfortunately, for Colonel By.
Here comes Colonel By once again. They'll be happy if they can keep the ball in this general area of the field.
Oh, definitely.
In the middle third. Maybe a little bit on the defensive. Nice header there by Amy Savage. And here comes Hutchinson. She's the lone goal scorer for the Rebels, and the save made by Yon, the new keeper for Colonel By.
That was a lovely little break, though, by Hutchinson. She had the defender turning one way, turning the other, and unfortunately she tried a little flick with the outside of her foot. She just wasn't able to get enough purchase on it to get it past the goalkeeper.
And Savage did a great job to spring her and give her that opportunity.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a lovely little play between the two of them there, and unfortunately for Louis-Riel, that early goal that they were hoping for in the second half just wasn't there.
So a couple of big saves so far in this game. In the first half, it was Beanlands who made a big save. After it was 1-0, a couple of moments after that, she made a huge save to keep the Cougars within striking distance.
Yeah, for me, that would have put the game well out of hand. At 2-0, you really were. I mean, it was uphill at the best of times for Colonel By, but 2-0 would have put them into a very, very deep hole. But Beanlands made a terrific save, kept it at 1-0, and then they got their just rewards at 1-1 later on in that first half.
And that's Erturk once again who steps up. Number 8, nice play there again by Melissa.
And Kantav looked like she's been withdrawn now back into a more of a midfield role. I don't know whether possibly centre midfield, maybe to look, try and use some of her pace in midfield to create some opportunities. But she did all right in the first half as a striker. She had 1 or 2 opportunities, just didn't quite get the breakthrough as far as the goals they were probably looking for. And now they've moved her back into more of a central midfield role, which we'll have to keep an eye on to see how successful that is, Matt.
Here comes Colonel By again. Erturk up there. Sorry, that's number 6, Kovesi. And Miriam English will throw the ball in for Louis-Riel. Hutchinson tries to bring Savage this time, and here comes Amy Savage down the left side. the speed of the Rebels. Yone's going to have to come out and play the ball. She does. He picks it up quickly. As Haisha Kante was right there once again, Gordon.
There's a lovely little break there too, just right. 1, 2 passes, 3 passes. She took the ball, number 8 there, just took the ball all the way down the left wing and played a nice ball into the box. Unfortunately, just not enough curl on it where she was able to get the ball to Kantav's feet. But 1 or 2 warning signs there now for Colonel By that Louis-Riel have come out here in the second half, Matt, really ready to try and turn the screw.
Rebels once again. English in the center of the field. Looking to spring Dugas this time. And number 20 in white plays it into the corner. And Rostami will simply kick it out. And allow her teammates to regroup defensively. Savage. Nice move to get in between a pair of Colonel Bai's defenders. The cross comes across. And that didn't miss by much. Louis-Riel really pressing here. Inside, a little miscommunication between 2 players as McGuire had an opportunity to come in really forcefully.
Well, that's twice.
Did not.
That's twice, Matt, now that Amy Savage has had 2 runs of about 20, 25 yards, taking defenders on, getting past them, and played a fantastic ball into the box. And unfortunately for Louis-Riel, there's just no one there to get the final touch on it and put it in the back of the net. But fantastic runs by Savage. She's got a lot of power, a lot of pace, pulling away from defenders. And you can't teach that. That's obviously just an instinct. You know exactly where to go. And she did it tremendously well. And unfortunately, as we said, just no one there to put the ball away.
And you said that early on in the first half too, Gordon, on the other end. Had there been a Louis-Riel attacker right there, they could have knocked one into the open goal. Yeah,
they're just unfortunately today, up to this point, they're just not getting anyone on the end of those good balls coming in.
And this is Hutchinson trying for the short side, and she misses, but we're starting to see over the course of the last 5 or 6 minutes this Louis-Riel speed coming in.
Yeah, it's really opened up, and what has happened is, I don't know what Coach Fournier has probably said to them at half-time, but he probably was not a very happy camper. He's probably sat them down and said, listen, we've got to start taking the game to Colonel By, because they, for the last 10, 15 minutes, were dictating the game. Louis-Riel has got to step back up, start their possession game, start their pace in their passing game, and in the first 5 minutes alone, we've seen more opportunities than quite possibly we saw for the last 25 minutes in the first half for Louis-Riel.
And for Colonel By, they have made a pair of substitutions. Brooke Hansen, who you mentioned before, will look to see if she's going to come back into this game. She's back in, as is Natalie Hanneman. She's the goal scorer, so 2 new strikers in the game now.
I think it was a case of possibly that, Coach was just giving Hansen that little bit extra 10 minutes. She had done a lot of running in the first half. She did get a lot of balls her way, and quite possibly she was a little bit fatigued. And Coach Lacache thought, I'll give her another 5-10 minutes, give her a bit of an extra rest. And now he's got her on, hoping to spring a goal for Colonel By.
And Hutchinson does a great job of stepping along, tiptoeing along that sideline.
And Hutchinson's just coming into the game more and more and more. She started off very brightly. She got that goal. But unfortunately for Louis-Riel, she drifted out of the game for about the last 10-15 minutes. And it showed in Louis-Riel's play. There just was no consistency to it. Now she's stepping it up again. She's been at the forefront with a couple of efforts. She's getting on the end of balls. And Colonel By are really going to have to keep a close eye on her.
Well, the rain has stopped and the wind is starting to sweep across the field. So we'll keep an eye on that, whether or not that impacts this game.
Yeah, I don't think it'll favour either one of the 2 teams. If anything, it might favour Louis-Riel because they prefer to play the ball on the deck. That's a fantastic tackle. That is a terrific tackle.
That was Draper, Maggie Draper. Slides across and makes that tackle. Colonel By doing a lot right in this game. Trying to escape the pressure from Louis-Riel. Stepping through is Photo, and Yon climbs the ladder to make that save.
Terrific effort, great drive. She nipped in front of the Colonel By defender, stole the ball from her, thought might as well go have a go myself. Was destined for the top corner, goalkeeper dealt with it quite easily though. Good positioning, grabbed it out there, and it's still 1-1, Matt.
And you saw from that boot from Louise from the goal, she's got quite a leg on her as well. She carried that one clear across the center line. Oh, and that pass was trying to get through to Maggie Draper before it was picked off. And here comes Colonel By. Draper's going to be called on the offside.
Just a bit. That was extremely. It was definitely offside, but it was close, and it was unlucky because it was a lovely little three-way passing play. First touch. It looks like the goalkeeper now that had been playing the first half is playing out here in centre midfield. She's now number 6. So Rachel Beanlands.
Yep,
so she's now playing centre midfield alongside Erturk, the number 8. So not just a good goalkeeper, she can also play out as well.
And Young goes back to grab that one. And this time, Colonel By generating their chance there, Gordon, on the left side rather than the right.
Yeah, nice little quick passing. It was a lovely ball played through behind the defenders on the ground. Just unfortunately for the striker, she'd gone a little bit offside.
And that's Natasha Ryan looking for Brianna Smith, couldn't find her, and here comes Colonel By once again. Erturk in the middle of the field, escapes Miriam English. And that one comes all the way back to Caroline Robert. Redirected by Blodgett. That's Maggie Draper. And this is Hanneman, the goal scorer. Bumped away from
he's got to give the free kick for that. That was a good call by the referee. The attacker had knocked it past her, and the defender was trying to just nudge her away from advancing, and it was a good call by the referee. Tried to play advantage, saw there was really nothing on, and it's a great opportunity now. We need a good ball from Colonel By, a quality ball, hit with pace, hit with accuracy to try and possibly hit Beanlands there in the middle. She's pointing where she wants it. She's obviously going to try and get on the end of it. Oh,
and that comes into the crease, and it's in! It's a goal! Joanna Blodgett was right there and puts it home. The Cougars grab the lead.
Dear, oh dear. Well, we talked about, there's a possibility for upsets. What happens on the day, Matt? You don't play the game in the boardroom or in a classroom. You play it here on grass. And my goodness, 15 some odd minutes into the second half, we could have a monumental upset on our hands here. 2-1 for Colonel By.
Here we look at the replay.
A low drive into there. Keeper probably was a little bit distracted by the player standing in front of her that missed it. And there she was, number 11, Joanna Blodgett, standing there. Merry Christmas, Joanna. Ball falls at her feet. 2-1. Could that be the winning goal? A lot still to play for here, though, Matt.
Both of the goals that Colonel By has scored in this game, they've traveled a combined 6-7 feet.
6-7 inches, possibly. It doesn't matter. There's 192 square feet to shoot at, and as long as that ball crosses that, you're in. It's a goal. My goodness.
And some good passing to escape the Louis-Riel pressure a few moments before that really resulted in that goal.
We talked about trying to get down the wings, trying to exploit down behind the fullbacks, and that's exactly what happened. The sweeper had to come across and cover, gave away the free kick, and they were able to capitalise on that by getting the goal. 2-1 for Colonel By.
So Colonel By with a great start to this second half. As the sun now has come out. Myriad of weather here. This strange afternoon continues.
Well, it is Ottawa after all.
On the field and off. And that's Ariana Rostami, who's done a great job defending for the Cougars. And here they come once again down the left side. Draper, who set up that last Cougar goal with the cross here. And that time, Caroline Robert stepped out aggressively and made no mistake. She caught that one.
It's got to be a major concern for Coach Fournier that they're giving up far too much play down the flanks. He's got to look at why is that happening. Are we not getting the cover from the sweepers in time? Or quite possibly, are our fullbacks just too tired? They've been running to the ground that whole first half, and they've come out now the second half, Colonel By, and they're hitting these diagonal balls over the top, through between defenders, and it's making it very difficult for the fullbacks of Louis-Riel to stay with the wingers of Colonel By, Matt.
Colonel By with the throw in, and that's Beanlands. On the far side, here comes Louis-Riel and Brianna Smith. Hutchinson now. She's matched right there by Rostami. A good battle between those two standout players. Neither of them giving an inch. Hutchinson spins around, and it's in. Cantave was there and heads it in, but what a great individual effort by Kellyanne Hutchinson to set up that goal.
It was terrific play. She took a defender, number 2, Rostami, into the corner. Rostami, it looked as if she had her well covered. She was in front of her, but Hutchinson was able to make a quick turn, and that's a lovely ball. And Cantave, as all good strikers will be, sniffing around inside the penalty box, picking up anything that's there. And there we go, 2-2.
And there she is on the far goal post where they haven't been previously.
Yeah, and again, it looked like she'd put. It looks like she started off the second half in midfield, but she's now looked like she's pushed up again, possibly into more of a striking role again. And obviously for Coach Fournier, it was a good move, because she was Johnny on the spot, or Jane on the spot, I guess, if you want, to put the ball in the back of the net. And here we are, 2-2. What a terrific final we've got here, Matt.
And with her speed, she is in a variety of places. She can get anywhere on the field.
Yeah, and she obviously, if she's not there at the back post, that ball rolls out, possibly for a goal kick. But because she is there, defender didn't follow her in. They possibly switched off, thinking that Hutchinson wasn't getting that ball swung in, and she did extremely well. And back post, 2-2.
The Rebs, Aisha's right there again, leading the charge, getting it up for Natasha Ryan. And that kick comes across, looking for Hutchinson. And Kellyanne chases it down, watched closely by Natasha Lacroix. Pair of number 4s in the corner, and Hutchinson comes out with it. She finds Brianna Smith, but the Cougars recover. Lanos just stepped right in there in between 2 Colonel I players, being more aggressive for the ball. Natasha Ryan with the cross, but the Cougars answered defensively. Oh no! That one came up for Maggie Draper, but Maggie couldn't keep that one on her foot. And that's Christy McGregor-Bales now, plays it into the corner. Dugas setting up that powerful right leg.
Ooh.
And she just missed on the short side.
Yeah, I don't know if we had a chance to see it in a replay or even there, but the number